Hey, what up everybody, this is Steve Breach counting down until tomorrow's big old WWE Monday Night Raw. Everybody knows that the first Raw of the year is always definitely a big step in the right direction that WWE wants to be going down. We've seen lots of big Monday Night Raws debut for a year with a lot of big matches. TLC, Ryback versus Punk, Morrison versus Miz, just to name a few from the past. But they always try to, definitely get down and put one of the best shows out to really kick off the year. And I think definitely they really need to do that coming off right off of Wrestle Kingdom 9. This is going to be fresh in a lot of people's minds about something that, wrestling fans really want to see. That show was awesome for the point that there was no bullshit. It just was wrestling. It wasn't until the second to last co-main event and the main event match that we got promos for why these guys were fighting. I didn't understand it because it wasn't in English, but it just made everything much more special. You didn't really have time to run to the kitchen and grab something to drink. You didn't really have time to run to the cupboard and get some chips. It just was bam, bam, bam. Tomorrow's big main event tomorrow is going to be an ambulance match between Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose is going to be your main event. This is the feud that, of course, started with Bray Wyatt interfering in the Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose Hell in the Cell match at WWE Hell in the Cell with the hologram. It definitely really set off a big way. I think everybody thought that this was going to be the transformation of Dean Ambrose into becoming a big, huge star with an awesome rivalry to really have, a big feud to have. I think people, the month of Hell in the Cell, were really looking at Dean Ambrose like he was going to be the next coming of Stone Cold Steve Austin, and now here we are in December, and Dean Ambrose has cooled off to really be a B+ player, I guess you can say. He doesn't really seem like he's the kind of guy that is going to get people riled up to order a pay-per-view. It doesn't seem like he'd be in a main event of a pay-per-view anytime soon at all. He's not even a guy that I think would have a chance to win the Royal Rumble. I know when they had their first match at the what was their first match? No, their first big match when they main evented TLC. It was Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose. I believe that was the show that they had Paul Heyman on the pre-show, and he was saying basically, if you don't understand this match, you haven't been listening. And that was me. I listened to the promos. I watched the promos. I watched the matches. I didn't really understand why they were fighting, and I still don't understand why they're fighting. I know that Dean Ambrose made his big return to Monday Night Raw a few weeks ago in the big old ambulance with Rob Van Dam and Jack Swagger driving the bus to the show and all the smoke pouring out of there. But I do not understand why this is an ambulance match, and I'm desperately waiting for this to be the last match of this feud. I know the Royal Rumble coming up. Both of these guys are going to be competitors. It doesn't look like this is going to be a singles match on the show. I'm hoping that this is the blow-off. I just have not understood. I have not connected with Bray Wyatt at all. I've come close to really connecting with Dean Ambrose, thinking I knew who he was. But I'm really desperately looking for this feud to end and move into the next direction for both of these guys, hoping that both of these guys can catch on and become bigger. But this is going to be the big match for tomorrow, more than likely the big main event, and we'll see where we go from there. Both of these guys into the Rumble and a fresh start for 2015.